Hello, hey, welcome to Life Beyond Board Games, where board gamers just like you share stories, challenges, and secrets outside board gaming. We hopefully will make you feel good, laugh, cringe, cry, or maybe even fall asleep. I'm Candace from Kickin' It Creative.
I'm Eric from What's Eric Playing?
And I'm Stella from Maple University. Folks, this time we went global. I mean, the US to Australia no longer enough.
That's not global. Stella's like US and Australia, same
Eric?
country. Get in the comments.
Exactly. Well, this is the reason why we have somebody from the UK, a special guest who is known for multiple successful, especially Euro game designs and co-designs, such as Guild of London, Foothills, and that train game, Snowdonia. Thank you, Tony Boydell, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Oh, good morning to you.
Yes,
Wherever we
it's
are.
very late there in the UK.
I was to say I waved and I realized we were on a podcast, so that's my bad. Apologies, listeners.
I mean, Eric usually writes blog, so how do you wave while writing blog?
Oh, I just type out wink or wave or other things. It helps a lot
Right.
with the oeuvre.
Great idea. Well, speaking about blog, Tony has been writing a blog on BGG called Everyone Needs a Shed. That is wonderful. How long have you been writing that, Tony?
Well, I started it I think it was sort of springtime 2011. And I started it as I was playing a lot of games. I was working away from home during the week. And, you know, when you're working away that much away from the family, you can spend the evenings shut up in the house, or you can go to the pub and the cinema, or you can go and play board games. And so I found myself playing a lot of board games. And fun things happen when you're playing board games. And I thought I'd better start writing it down. And I didn't know really where to write it down. And I realized BGG had this blog functionality. So I started it up. Now, the important thing is I made a vow to myself that if I start this, I have to keep doing it, because anyone who's seen blogs on any platform over the years, you know that plenty of people start and they dribble away to nothing, most of them, before, a month or two has gone by. So I set myself the goal of just trying to do something regularly. That kind of worked against me, because I ended up doing posts every single day, and I have been doing that now since 2011. So I'm about 5,500 posts in.
Wow.
Annoyingly, Eric Martin, when he was with BGG, and it's still carrying on as Board Game News, obviously, was always ahead of me in the number of posts. So I could always say I'm the highest posting, most sort of long-serving non-employee blogger on BGG. But Eric was always
cool.
150 away from me, so I
That
can't even
guy.
catch up yet.
The fix is in.
Yeah,
I mean, if it helps, I feel you. I can't even be the most prolific Eric in board gaming, so
right.
it's
And
tough,
that's
but we
it.
make do.
Everyone, today's topic is all about how we're not Eric Martin.
In what way are you not Eric Martin, Candace?
I think I'm just a lot more bubbly, and I play a lot of heavy games that Eric would not touch. So that is how. I know Eric has a gluten intolerance. I eat a lot of gluten. So
Yeah, take that, Eric Martin. We're exposing your medical history on this podcast.
The polar opposite.
You say he's not bubbly. I mean, every time I met Eric, usually at Spiel, he was a very, very personable young chap. I say young chap because everybody's younger than I am. Yeah.
To be fair, I'm a big fan of Eric Martin.
I know his brother Russell, actually, and his brother's wife Alex. I kept bumping into the two of them at British gaming conventions, because Russell and Alex lived in the UK for a long time, and so
wow.
That's
so it was
fun.
funny to sort of meet up with Eric and go, I know your brother.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know he had a brother. So
Oh yeah.
you might be W. Eric Martin, Tony. I don't know.
At the end of the episode, we'll decide which of us is Eric Martin.
There we go.
That's definitely not me. I'm so far away from Eric Martin. I mean, Eric is Eric, clearly. It's his winning
That's
day.
exactly what someone who's secretly Eric Martin would say.
Totally.
Cast suspicion, cast doubt on
Okay,
everyone
coming
else.
to Kickstarter this summer. Who wants to be Eric Martin? The social deduction game for blog posting.
It could work.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking about suspicion, let's dig into your vlog, which is the latest one called Digging Your Scene. So your vlog is, touching board games, but a lot of them are about life, also life beyond board games, right?
Exactly right. I mean, one way to keep up a regular sort of blog is to introduce elements of your life to the blog. Initially I'm sort of doing session reports. I played Agricola at this club in London, or I played Power Grid at this club in Maidenhead, or wherever it might be. As a game designer who was, working with Surprise Day Games at the time, if I'm thinking about something, I'd put a little bit of that in there as well. But that can't really sustain every single day, every single year. And I'm naturally disposed to treat the whole thing more as a diary rather than just a promotional board game type document, because board games and my life always intersect. I play board games with my family. I play board games with my friends. I think about board games when I'm working or when I'm supposed to be working. So it comes and goes. And I think people like that variety to some extent in a blog, because they're seeing a bit more about me than just the games that I present. People have fixed images about how someone like Uwe Rosenberg might be, because his games are very ordered and they're very sort of full and rich and lovely. And people might have an impression of what he's like. People might have an opinion about Freedom and Freestyle because he has green hair and
See, I didn't know he had green hair, but I just kind of assumed he had green hair.
Oh, he
Does that make sense?
Oh. Very green hair.
like you told me this, I was like, oh, I didn't know that, but that makes sense.
And I'm assuming Uwe Rosenberg is a farmer, basically.
Same. I also assumed that. Like he yearns for the fields.
He's a surprisingly shy man for somebody who's basically gifted millions of hours of pleasure to board gamers all around the world and continues to do so. He's a remarkably shy man. He doesn't really like that sort of limelight. He comes out every now and again. I've only met him a couple of times, but and he doesn't speak much English either, which makes it quite hard, to get out of the boundaries of all of that. But
any art you create, you have to leave some of yourself in it, right? Otherwise, it feels like it's tough for your viewers, your readers, your listeners, your watchers to kind of get there's no personal connection there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Why should they read you over somebody else? And the way to do that is they like you.
Because you're you.
Exactly.
Right. Well, it's not like you're emotionally attached to reading the encyclopedia, but like...
Yeah, but if they like you or they find you interesting or intriguing, then they will stick with you.
Or in at least one case, one of my friends hate reads every book by this one author, and I'm like, is that really a great way to spend your time? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, I'm not going to touch that.
But the point is, you're getting to show people who you are, which may or may not be Eric Martin. We'll find out at the end of the episode.
Exactly, but that can work against you. See, that's the problem, because we joked prior to the record about, what do I think about Brexit, for example, and obviously I think it's a horrendous thing to have to go through, and it's been a terrible, terrible sort of encumbrance to the UK for the last 10 years. But I didn't cope with that kind of situation very well, and so my feelings and my political sort of persuasion started creeping into the blog, and so I sounded more angry for a while. And if I go back and I reread some of the posts at the time, I just think, oh God, Tony, you were so angry and grumpy about everything. But
that's not every day, you.
I was gonna say I have a similar problem, but all my writing sounds very tired. Like I've been re-engineering the SEO of my website, and I've been looking back through some of my old posts, and I was like, wow, I was really tired when I wrote this. But then I said that like 800 consecutive times.
So that means when people actually meet you in real life, Eric, they're surprised you're actually awake.
Oh no, I'm still tired.
All right.
Yeah.
Authenticity.
Walks around conventions like a zombie.
Yes. Well, Eric slowly sharing his new website. He's been dying to tell and share everyone's this 3-hour story about the website.
I keep making fun of myself because what I'm doing is an extremely boring procedure. I'm like literally just rewriting the SEO title and the description for every single one of my reviews, and there's like 1,300 of them, so it takes forever. It is an incredibly boring task, but I keep bringing it up like it's interesting.
I didn't know about that you were on your SEO quest, so I think that's cool. I was just gonna say I have been, since we've started recording, I've been vigorously looking through your blog pages, Tony, because I'm like still so curious, like what article that I read. It was 2 months ago, and it wasn't necessarily something brand new, so that's why I'm like having to go through all possibly 547 pages here. But I did see that you played Pauper's Ladder, and I was like, oh, cool, because like nobody really knows that game.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of it, but I haven't played it.
I mean, is this for your personal or is it for your museum of board games?
No, Pauper's Ladder is a modern thing. Paul Stapleton, the designer, he comes from that sort of older school indie designer. He's not really a Euro player, so a lot of Pauper's Ladder has got quite a lot of luck-based stuff in it. Which, having played Pauper's Ladder with a variety of gamers, some absolutely detest that because they can't predict, But what I love about it is that Paul has built this rich world, and every game comes with a narrative, which I really enjoy. The art is beautiful and colourful. Paul is a fantastic guy. Paul is also part of a sort of a folky indie band called POG, P-O-G. And I listened to a few of their albums on Apple. I think it was on Apple Music. I found them, and then I immediately asked Paul if I could basically buy vinyl copies of all their albums because I got so into them. I got so obsessed.
Sweet.
So yeah,
I will check that out.
I do love a vinyl.
I did not know about that.
When next time I went to UKGE and saw Paul, I'll say, hey, you still pogging around?
Incredible work.
Vinyl. Wow.
Yeah, I think that game is like really cool for like an adventure story, like exploration game. Light, love the artwork.
Yeah.
It's just but it's definitely not a Euro game if people go and think.
No, but it's quite hard if you play it in survival mode. If you play it solo, it's a much harder game.
Okay.
So there's a bit more of a challenge there. And he does these little spin-off things now in the universe. I have told him that he needs to do a role-playing version of it. But he says, I don't know the first thing about that. So I thought, maybe I should do something then.
That's how you learn, though, right? Like the best way to learn something is to be like, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I do love the art, and I do love art. Is he designing Twitten or something?
Twittens, yeah.
Twittens, yeah.
Twittens is a sort of very much a British thing. It's a sort of where his area of the world in the southeast of England, in Brighton area. This idea of big sort of estates of houses and all the little passageways that go between the houses and their gardens and their fences. So there are little pathways that people go to get to various places, and they lead to all sorts of places. Yeah, and they call them Twittens. So it's.
Ever since I start going to UKGE since last year and then this year, I started to enjoy these British themed games. Like this one, I'm going to get and play it. And then there's also a game called Meadowvale. It's coming to Kickstarter. It's beautiful from somebody who lives half an hour from Birmingham. And it is like hand-drawn. With like manually drawn, like every single card. The box is beautiful. Another one is called Tenby. I don't know if you heard of it. It's very popular. It's about this town in Tenby. I was like, just amazing. I think I will come back to UKGE last year. Just all these little things. There's so many other games as well that is like British and it feels very, I don't know, for me, exotic. Not exotic, quaint. I don't know, not
Quaint.
exotic.
I think
So
I think you may
exotic.
be one of the first people to ever call something specifically British exotic.
Exotic.
And I think it's just important to sit in this moment and be like,
That is going to catch on. The most
Good now.
exotic board game convention.
like I'm here, I'm focused, I'm in the moment, but I was just like,
I'm enjoying this.
oh.
I mean, quaint is normally the word.
Yeah,
Sip
quaint,
on your
yeah.
tea and enjoy this exotic board game.
Tea with tea
I was
and
like-
fish and chips and
Usually,
mashed peas.
usually we don't. I was like, usually we try not to use the term exotic to describe cultures. I will say, describing British culture as exotic is at least fresh.
I
was like-
I will always
Unexpected.
Well,
Listeners, what culture do you think is the most exotic? Let us know in the comments. Don't do that, actually. That
Okay.
part's getting cut out of the episode.
Here's the challenge. A new puzzle for everyone to figure out which of Tony's blog posts that I'm trying to recall.
Yeah, I did think that was kind of funny. You're like, it's one of them, and I was like, thinking about reflecting on Tony being like, yeah, it's like 5,000 of them, and I was like,
Yeah.
good luck.
Good luck, yeah.
Oh, while you do that, please have a pot of tea for us.
Yeah. Wow.
Good luck.
Yes, good luck, and let us know in the comments.
I almost feel like I need to like go through my logged plays since the beginning of the year and see if there was like a game that I was playing that made someone tell me about the article or made me discover it. It's gonna bug me till I figure it out.
That might work.
I've done a few articles just by way of sort of things happening. I was in Essen when we heard that Francis Tresham died, the designer of Civilization in 1829, the sort of great grandfather of modern British board game design.
Yeah.
And I just put together a really simple post when I got back to the hotel, because I was out with the heavy cardboard guy, so we were all talking about it at the pub. And that got a lot of visibility. I also did a thing about Maureen Huron, who was she was a bridge player and a writer in the 70s and 80s, but she was really big in sort of board gaming in the 90s and 2000s. She would deal in big licenses with big companies. She'd go and have meetings with Lego and Hasbro and Mattel. And
I've heard of her, I think.
yeah, she was a very funny, quirky British lady. She, the first time I met her, within 2 minutes of talking, I said, "Hello, I'm Tony. I work with this little company." And she goes, "Oh, hello, I'm Maureen." And within 2 minutes, she's told you that she's got she lives in Portugal in this fantastic villa, and she's got an Aston Martin that she drives around,
Nice.
and she's very proud of her success because she was immensely successful. And when she died, I just did a blog about a couple of stories that I, having met her, and what a fantastically oddball person she was. But she was really unique and successful and special, and it was really fun being around her.
You are inspiring me, Tony, because I feel like I have, especially in the time since I've left BGG, started my own channel, I have all these things that I'm trying to do, and but then stuff happens where I move and then I'm traveling for a month and I get behind, and then it's harder for me to keep up with the regular posts, and I forget that I don't have to post that much. It doesn't need to be an hour-long video or anything. It's just little tidbits here and there, like a diary. So I'm gonna
even shorts.
I mean, the only person holding you to a standard is you, right? So
yeah.
and Eric Martin.
yeah, and Eric Martin holds all of us to a
No
standard.
longer.
But yeah, you're exactly right, and so I'm inspired. I need to get stuff out there.
You said writing and reading. I know that you read books, fiction and non-fiction. So my question is, what is the most interesting book that you've last read? Fiction and non-fiction category.
Well, in terms of non-fiction, I read a book by a couple of gentlemen who have a YouTube channel and they do videos about maps
Oh, Taryn would be excited.
and interesting maps. And so this book is called This Way Up, Why Maps Are Important, or When Maps Go Wrong and Why It Matters. So it gives us like 14 or 15 articles about specific maps and why, what was wrong about them and what happened because of that and why it was important. And there's some really interesting little stories in there. And because they jump all over the place. So they do is it the Donner Party in America that went, they were given a dodgy map, and which was, the guy said, yeah, you'll get over the mountains, it'll be fine. You'll be fine before the snow comes in. And then
Some of them did.
Yeah, only a few of them. I mean, well, actually, you could argue that they all got over there, but
yeah, I was going to say the least tasty ones got over there.
Some of them were inside, some of the others. Yes, exactly. Yes. There's some old boy who turns up on the other side. He's like, "Thank God, I've got no meat on my bones." And
yeah, he's just all skeleton. And he's like, "I was too gristly.
I don't taste like strawberries." Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's also really interesting stuff just learning about how like different projections and like just the arguments over map projections alone and how that influences like the political implications, the geographical implications. There's all sorts of stuff. Maps are fascinating.
Where they draw borders, yeah, absolutely. There's a Canadian thing, I think, where they just put an arbitrary border, and it's now this awful. There's this whole bit of sort of Canada on the border between the States and Canada that doesn't belong in either, because it's not on the Canadian side of the border and it's not in America, and there's a big lake.
Or like in certain countries, Google Maps will show you different country borders because there's disputed areas where like some people really hate the Mercator projection for a variety of reasons. Like, it's fascinating. Sorry, you activated my mild special interest. I'm like, I also mentioned it.
No, I recommend you read the book. It's called This Way Up. And my favorite story in there was why Google were wondering why folks in India didn't use Google Maps. And so they sent a couple of people over to see what was going on. So how do people use maps in India? And they realized that people don't go that my house is on 73, Acacia Road or whatever it might be. They actually say we are second left after the dry cleaners or whatever it is. And they realized that people navigated in India mainly by local landmarks. And so what they did is they introduced this idea of landmarks on the map. So people read maps in different ways. And so now it's a lot easier to say to people, my house is the third one along from the red post box next to the tall tower or whatever it might be.
That is amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
And they do that now on Google Maps all the time. They're like, you want to take the second left after, the dry cleaners.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible.
And then you have to find another landmark. Now you have to find the dry cleaner as well. I was like, no, I just want just put a pin. Sorry, I'm like, Taryn would be fascinated with this book. I've already looked it up online. It is available to purchase. It is from somebody in the UK. It's a Waterstone's Best Nature and Travel Writing Book of 2025. So
cool.
I'm interested. It seems like I'll be interested as well. So how about fiction books?
Oh, now that one. I happened upon this book. I think it was there's this guy who does sci-fi book stuff on YouTube. It's called There Is No Anti-Memetic Division.
Oh, yes. I've heard. That's in my to be read. I have heard
incredible.
Hundreds of good things about it.
Yeah, I love sci-fi. I'm a massive sci-fi fan. If I had to go to a desert island, all my books would be sci-fi books, mainly Ian M. Banks culture novels. But the premise of There Is No Anti-Memetics Division is that there are creatures and entities out there in the world who feed off us in various ways, often by taking memories away from us and other psychological type things. And they protect themselves by erasing our knowledge of their presence from our minds. So we don't know that they're there, and we don't know that they're doing it. And the story sort of opens up with this woman going to her first day at this job at this division, and there's an incident, and at the end of the incident, one of the people says, "This isn't your first day. You've been doing this for years and years and years. It's just that she has had her memory erased, So that, and in fact, they actually use this as a technique in this division, is they deliberately erase their memories so that they're protected. Because some of these entities, if you know that they exist, they will kill you. So you've got to kind of know about them, then forget them. And it's so kind of twisted and different. I thought it was wonderful.
I really am interested. I'm really interested.
I put it in my wish list. Not
Yeah,
for me,
it's-
but for Matt.
It's very, very good. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, great, good review online. There is no anti-memetics division by. Oh my gosh, I can't read the
Quantum,
Quantum,
QNTM,
I see.
Quantum. He's actually a software engineer, I think, and he writes under the pseudonym of Quantum. So
Interesting.
That is very interesting. Well, thank you so much for the 2 recommendations. I actually will go and get them, to be honest.
Excellent.
It's like I read a lot of books. The map one is for Terran, but I'll have a peek. But this one, I'll definitely read it.
Anyway, thank you all for listening today. Hope it made a good companion for your driving, house chores, routines, cartography exercises, or just, if you wanted to listen to something else while you were reading so that the words that you were listening to and the words that you were reading started getting conflated in a really confusing way. Don't recommend it, but hey, whatever. Once again, if you enjoyed it, it would mean a lot to us if you could follow us and leave a review. If you didn't enjoy it, don't tell anyone. Seriously, keep that to yourself.
Yeah, man.
We'll see you in our next episode. Regardless, bye.
And Eric Martin?
Oh, yeah.
What happened to Eric Martin?
In case you were wondering who Eric Martin was, you'll have to tune in next time.
Melissa.
Yeah, it was Melissa, actually.
It's hot.
You ruined it.
Oh, come on. You never say it.
It's busted now.
I mean, yeah, tune in to the next episode to find out.
It's busted.
Tune in. Yes. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Tony, for being here.
Thanks.
Yeah,
It's
thanks,
a pleasure.
Tony.
Bye.
Bye.